So the 18th edition of the Indian Premier League has started, and boy oh boy, it has definitely started with a bang. First we saw a high scoring game last night between the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, and today another high scoring game between the Rajasthan Royals and the Sunrisers Hyderabad. But amid all the glamour, all the festivities of the Indian Premier League, there have been lots of changes in the rules this time around due before the 18th edition of the Indian Premier League. Be it the rule for the super over where time has been set a limit, or be the rule of there will be no ban to any captain if the time is exceeded. But one such rule that has definitely confused lots of cricket fans and also the franchises and the captains too, and that is of getting the ball changed during the second innings if there is due. Today in this video I'm going to be making this rule very clear and straightforward to you, and I'll be giving you examples of scenarios. If what scenario comes, then what will be done by the umpires, when the umpires can give a new ball, when the umpires can stop the captain from giving a new ball, and how in the second innings more than one new ball can be taken. There can be occasions where even two new balls can be taken. In this video I'm going to be telling you exactly that. So basically, what does the rule exactly say? The bowling captain can make this request regardless of whether there is visible due or not. Once the request is made, the umpires will mandatorily replace the ball with another one of similar wear and tear. The bowling team will not have the liberty to choose the replacement ball. So the captain has what this rule states is that once the stage reaches 10 overs, at that point the captains can actually go to the umpire and tell them that there is due, the ball is wet, and if the umpires have no right to say no, the umpires will give a new ball, but that ball won't be a new ball. It will be of the same wear and tear as much as the ball that is getting changed is used. For example, if the captain says that I want to change the ball after the end of 12 overs, then a ball similar to the condition of a ball played about 10-12 overs will be given to the captain. The captain will not have the liberty to choose the new ball, but the umpires will have to do that. But what will happen if the umpires change the ball before 10 overs? Will the captain still be able to change the ball or not? I'll just tell you the rule first. Additionally, the umpires retain the authority to change the ball at any time before the 10th over if it is too wet, out of shape, lost or damaged. If a captain requests a ball change in the 11th over due to it being out of shape, the umpires will evaluate the request and approve it if it is deemed necessary. If a subsequent request is made after a few overs solely due to due, the umpires will be required to replace the ball mandatorily as stated earlier. So if the captain say that the ball has gotten wet and there is due and it's getting difficult for the bowlers to change it, even if the umpires have changed the ball however many times before the 10th over, the umpires will again have to do that, because that's exactly what the rules state over here. So whatever reason it would be, the umpires will have to change it. But if the reason is due, only then the umpires will mandatorily have to do it. Otherwise, if the ball is out of shape or if there's any other reason, and those occasions the ball will not be changed until and unless the umpire gives his go ahead for that. But if there is due, he will have to do it. Without the approval of the umpires will not be needed for that by the captains. I'll just take you through some scenarios. Umpires can change the ball for being wet, out of shape, lost, damaged any time before the 10th over. The fielding captain can still request for a ball change because of due after the completion of the 10th over, and the umpires will have to change the ball. So like I told you, whenever the umpire changes, however many times the umpire changes the ball before 10 overs due to any which reason, the bowling captain in the second innings of the evening game, this is also a necessity and a specific thing that has to be done, that this is only applicable for the second innings of the evening game. So if it's an afternoon game, these rules are not applicable during the second innings. But just getting back to the rule, if the umpire changes the ball however many times before 10 overs, and in the 11th over the bowling captain wants a new ball, not exactly a new ball, a ball of the same wear and tear but a dry one, then the umpire will have to do that, and umpire will have no authority to say no for that. The second scenario is that captain requests to change the ball after 11th ball over for being wet, and the umpire changes it. After further 5-6 overs, the captain can request for another ball change, but this time it will be the discretion of the umpires to change the ball or not. So this is really interesting. Basically, if the ball has been changed one in the 11th over, if a captain has said that I want to change the ball because of dew, then the captain can ask for another ball if there is too much dew. If in another 5 overs the ball gets wet again, then the captain can still go to the umpires, ask for another new ball, but then it will not be mandatory. Then it will be on the umpire's discretion that if they think that it is required to change the ball or not. So it can happen that in a space of 10 overs the ball can be changed twice. Third scenario being the captain feels the ball is damaged or out of shape and requests the umpire to change it during the 11th over. The umpires are satisfied and decide to change the ball. After 5 overs, the fielding captain requests the umpire to change the ball because of dew. Umpires will have to mandatorily change the ball. So basically what all of these rules clearly specify is that whatever reason may it be, and if the captain and the umpires are on same page of changing the ball apart from any other reason than dew, then the opposition captain will have the liberty to access that rule any point of time, despite the fact that however many times the ball has been changed during the course of the second innings of the evening game. So this rule definitely comes as a big relief for the bowlers, because now they will not have to struggle and bowl with the soap bars, which the balls tend to becoming as we get into the business end of the tournament. Once we reach late Aprils and early Mays, there is when the dew starts to kick in, and then the bowlers, specifically spinners, really struggle at points. It becomes a toss-up during the toss itself, that whoever wins the toss and opts to chase eventually goes on to win, because the dew factor plays such a big role. And keeping that in mind, that is a very big reason why the BCCI has made this call that during the IPL the captains will have the luxury to actually change the ball, so that IPL, which has now started to become too towards the batting, favors the batters too much, that sort of just gets a little balance and everybody is on a level playing field. That is this was one of the rules that that changed before this IPL actually started. We have notified and come up with separate videos for all the rules that were made. So if you're liking our content here on Sports Today, do not forget to press the subscribe button. If you like this video, do give us a like as well. If you haven't pressed the bell icon till now, do press the bell icon as well, so that as soon as we are live or we are coming up with any interesting video, you guys come to know first.